the tunes are going loud and clear, and we're here at the Progressive Auto Sales Arena. Hello, everybody. I'm David Burrows, and this is not Connor Burke. We've fired Connor Burke.
Yeah.
We've hired Matt Whitney, and actually, you missed it, but there was a guy in here at the last game. His name was Nathan. This guy was awesome.
Yeah, he was good. I watched a bit of his
clip
when
Yeah,
I got
he
home.
was. And then later he was like, "Was that okay?" Like he
it's
he was so animated and good, and then after he was like, "Was that okay?" I was like, "It was great." So you never know who's going to show up here, but welcome everybody. The music loud here today, and I think that's to get the excitement going. Speaking of music loud, I was down in the media room, and the opposing teams are always around the arena. Exercising and stretching.
Warming up that.
They had their tunes cranked downstairs. Well, it's really tiny down there, right?
Yeah.
So it's like boom.
Get the echo,
And I said, "Oh man, could they turn it down?" And I was like, "Oh my God,
you're old, Dave.
I'm old.
You're old." There's music,
right? Am I one of them now? And I was a DJ for years, so I don't know.
It creeps up on you.
And I'm half deaf. All right, let's say hello to everybody in TikTok land. Tanya is here. Tiana is here. Hello, Tamara and Chelsea. And I feel like Romper Room. Do you know what that is?
No.
Romper Room was a little kids' TV show. And the lady had a little, it was a mirror, but it didn't have a mirror in it. It was just a frame. And And she would go, "Welcome to Romper Room." And I see David and Matt. And she would say names. And when you heard your name, you knew she was only talking to you.
Are you sure this wasn't like a fever dream, Dave?
No, it was Romper Room. You look it up and Google it.
All right.
They very rarely said Matt, so there. All right. Well, all right, go to the new messages. Hello, Kayla, etc. Well, where do we begin? Last game against the Sioux, their previous game, I should say. And we started off right, first on the board, which got the excitement.
Yeah, I was pumped up going into the second. We had a really good first period. Lots of aggression out there, really taking it to the other end, keeping it out of ours, and then it just went off a cliff for the second.
You know, you come out and watch the post-game press conference. I know you watched some of that as well. And Al Latang, he's a passionate coach. There's no about about it.
Absolutely.
And he was choked up a little bit, I'll say, for good reason. And you know, Barry Wright from Your TV Sarnia asked one of the questions and I think you and I agreed that first period that we saw here against the Sioux, that was probably one of the best periods I've seen.
One of the better ones for sure. Yeah, it was really well played.
And what did you like about it?
Just the pace, finishing checks, really aggressive, not taking any. The Sioux play pretty aggressive, and just not letting them, take up any space, push you around. And they just had a lot of movement out there. Good passes. It was a little sloppy here and there, but that's to be expected with the pace they were playing at. But just really great period of hockey. Just
both
great
teams.
20 minutes. Both teams played amazing.
Were at each other. They were in the way of each other. I still like. I've mentioned it before, and it's something I keep an eye on. We're winning more in the corners. Those fights, those battles that happen there have improved. Things still that aren't strong for this team, though, is that power play. Don't need to talk about it. We already know. And I thought it was good. And then I think I don't know if it was the gas pedal came off.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It seems like the gas pedal just came off, and then they let those three in, and then it just kind of you get disheartened, I think. And this team's kind of had a bad habit of that, is getting disheartened when they get down, and then they have a hard time. Our second period has historically been we've
in the
played
past,
good,
but not this year.
This year it's been down for sure.
Here's the other thing too, and Coach Latang mentioned this. I think it's important. Is we've only got a small handful of seniors, I call them. And it means that the younger guys have to step up more, but at the same time, they're young guys.
Exactly.
They can't be expected to.
You shouldn't be needing to rely on your rookies to be putting up most of your points, right? You should be relying on your veterans, but for whatever reason, they're not really coming out and performing like they should be.
And that's what's happened here too. Is And Liam Beamish, we'll talk about him in a moment. But we talked about, Beckham Edwards, who's a driving force, but is a rookie. He doesn't have that experience yet.
You don't
Although
have that.
If you look at his stats, you'd think he had it.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Magnosa on the other team, Michael Magnosa.
Yep.
We kind of said, here's these two guys that are fairly equally matched.
Yeah.
Goal-wise, assist-wise. Magnosa with the advantage of having that experience as a 19-year-old player.
Yeah, for sure. Makes a huge difference.
And he proved it coming out, getting two
goals
for the Sioux.
Yeah.
Diorio getting that goal.
Yeah.
That was something that surprised me, because I think we talked about it too, was that Diorio being a second overall pick, we kind of expected to see more from him in the beginning, more goals, etc. But it's not. But he's always in the play somewhere. It seems.
He's always in the play somewhere. He's not really a kind of a go in and take charge of the puck and take it right to the net. He looks for those little opportunities, and that's how he played in the juniors as well. And I think that's what Letang and the coaching staff saw in him, is just someone you can kind of place in anywhere that's going to make plays, and he's going to move that puck. He's going to get into those spots where he can get that scoring opportunity. Right?
Yeah, well, he proved it the other day.
Not exactly what you'd call like a power forward, but just a smart player. He's really got a good game sense.
Yeah. Again, proving it the other day, but unfortunately not enough to come out, and then it was 3-1. And now that being said, we need to mention Liam Beamish, which I think a lot of people are going to be asking about, and we'll get to that. Why aren't you announcing Four Nations? Why? I don't know. Nobody asked. They couldn't afford me. I don't know. TikTok, we're trying to get to 20,000 by the end of each period. I'm going to be here for all 3 periods today, so I'm excited for that. And CJ is getting us going out there, so if you can tap the live on TikTok, really appreciate it. And feel free to come over for you on Facebook and YouTube. Come and follow along on TikTok. That's where you're going to get behind the scenes when we end here. I'm still live there. And a shout out to Hughes Intelligence Canada for allowing us to do the broadcast here today. Liam Beamish, who's been another one that, we were excited to have join this
really
team.
Good. He's been putting up numbers. He's been really good for the team.
And then wham.
Yeah. That was a unfortunate hit.
I don't think it was intentional.
No, absolutely not. No, not at all. It just wrong place, wrong time. He had his leg out in a weird position, trying to get on a puck, and the Sioux guy just couldn't get out of the way in time and just plowed right into his knee at a weird angle.
And honestly, the Sioux, I can't remember who it was, but I saw him kind of go, he hurt himself in there too, right? So, unfortunately, and here's what I can tell you. I observed Liam after the game, not in a good way. Yeah. Limping, and so I don't know where that means, what'll happen there.
He is on the scratch for tonight, so he's not playing tonight. So hopefully we pray for a speedy recovery. But
I'm going to have to predict that we're not going to see him back, unfortunately. I can't confirm that. That's not official.
No, we haven't heard anything on more than what you guys really.
I didn't go to med school, but he was popping pretty good. Yeah. So, and that's just not the, sorry for Liam, but boy, bad timing for this
really
team.
Bad timing.
Could have been better done in the beginning.
You never want to see an injury, but when one of your good players is getting injured right near the end of the season when you're trying to clinch a playoff spot, just bad news all around.
What are we going to miss from him besides his scoring and his ability? Well, he brought a lot to the team. Yeah,
he's got that physicality as well. Like he's not afraid to get in there and hit guys off the puck. But yeah, he's in there on the plays. Like he's creating scoring opportunities. He's a good skater. He's a fast skater. Just all around a good player, and I'm really excited to see how he develops. Hopefully, he can come back from the injury and just be good next season.
Yeah, I think.
I was really happy with the acquisition they made for him.
100%.
Really good.
Well, and let's talk about the future of this team. Matt, like we've seen, everybody's saying, well, every time we lose, they go, well, they're young. Well, you can't use that for every reason for losing, but they are a young team. But I do see, like the Liam Beamish, the Beckham Edwards, the O'Briens, Bodine, and Ethan Millette, who it looks like is starting between the pipes for the Sting tonight. I wouldn't have picked that one.
He could have just been warming up a bit because Nick's in there now, but
Okay. Well, what does it
I'm
say
not
here?
too
We got
sure.
actually. Why don't we
Do
double
we have
check?
it there? Starting lineup.
Yeah, Evan's starting tonight.
Oh, there you
between
go.
The pipes, so. Uh,
I think that's it's good to get him some experience because he's going to be your starting goalie next year, right?
Yeah.
Because this is his 08 year, so. And a goalie, as we can see from Team Canada, makes a huge amount of difference.
right. Was that a stab?
It might have been.
I almost didn't catch it, and then I went, oh, wait a minute. Wow. We'll get to Team Canada shortly. Yeah, you're right. I think, this is an opportunity. I mean, you go like
Yeah.
where we're sitting right now, do we still stand a chance of making the playoffs? Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's
There's
going
a
to be
lot
hard
of hard
fought.
work
You got to
coming,
play.
right?
You got to play hard. You can't sit back and rest. You
Yeah.
got to fight for every point at this point.
Because London's clinched,
Yeah.
Windsor's clinched, and Kitchener has
yeah.
clinched, right?
Saginaw's
So
a distant fourth, but they're going to make the playoffs. Like unless they have an absolute horrible losing streak,
Yeah.
they're going to make the playoffs. But they for being a team that just won the Memorial Cup, they're not really doing so hot like you would expect, but still doing phenomenally.
yeah.
But we have beat them a few times,
That's
so
right.
it's not like it's an impossible matchup here.
Well, and you kind of hope. I think now, we're looking at 6 games in a row loss,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
So,
it's hard to break out of those funks.
but can you use? Well, it is. But can you use that to fuel the fire, so
Yeah,
to speak?
it's
and
all about
come
your
here
mindset,
tonight and
right?
Go, okay, because I find, call me crazy. I find that when we play a weaker team like the Sioux,
Yeah,
we don't do as good. And when we play a harder team like a London, not Windsor, obviously.
yeah,
But I, for the most part, overall, I find that when we play a harder team, we play better.
yeah,
And I think that's part of the expectation here tonight. The guys have got to be feeling the pressure. I don't know what else as a coach you can say to this team other than, guys,
yeah.
you know what you got to do out there. I've
Yeah.
taught you this.
Must be frustrating as a coach to see, because he's got to see them in practice and see how good they can be, their potential, and then just to see them just make silly mistakes out there and just wonder, like, what could I have done differently? I'm sure he gets a lot of sleepless nights.
Yeah. Whoops, I canceled the wrong camera.
Jeez, Dave. Think you do this or something?
Yeah, right. Try that again. Oh, he's having a perfect run, too. It's not that.
Oh, now you've swapped them.
Oh, my goodness.
Jeez. Technical difficulties, TikTok. You get the behind the scenes.
Gosh. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. We're back. Sarnia Sting Hockey. There's Josh Boyce there, your PA
The
announcer.
voice of the Sarnia
The
Sting.
voice of the Sarnia. Well, no, that'd be Lee Cunningham.
Oh, yeah.
I would say he's the. I don't know how you differentiate the two. Anyway, that was Josh.
The voice
Boyce.
of the announcing.
Let's say hello to
in
our
person.
friends. Carl Freeman says hello, Matt.
Oh, hi.
Abby, our newest and wonderful moderator, is here. Hello, Abby. Nice to have you back. And she hearted me. She hearted me. She didn't heart you.
Yeah. Chop liver, I guess.
Beck is here. Happy Family Day. Yeah, it is Family Day
Yeah.
here at the Hive. And I did give away 4 tickets to one lucky person. And my friend Sean Rickey was the winner of that. So I know he'll be here with some of his family. So congratulations to Sean Rickey on that. I kind of wonder, I didn't add in, let's go. I'm going to add in here the starting lineup, which was just out there. Let's take a look. All right, so we've got Brown, Felak, and Doucette.
It's a good line.
Yeah, for sure. Like Ryan
Yeah.
Brown's another one that, had a bit of that sophomore
Yeah,
slump.
he got a
as
bit of a
Connor called
sophomore
it,
slump.
But he got out of it, has he really been consistent?
He went on a pretty good hot streak for a bit, and then he's kind of fallen back into just being kind of average. He's not really super out there, but he's not as bad as he was at the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
we'll
Doucette's
say
another
that.
one that I like as far as
He's
a goal scorer.
he's consistently okay. I really would like to see more of him from him.
Yeah.
But just being the OA, right? But it's hard, I guess. You got all that pressure of you,
Sure.
right? You're the senior team. You're kind of the veteran. They expect you to be out there, but.
And Zach Felak.
Felak's been doing well as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's a good line.
We got Wainwright, Edwards, and Moses. This is interesting, right?
Yeah.
To see Moses on this line.
Moses is a good player, man. Not really a guy that's controlling the play a lot, but he's aggressive. He gets in there. He'll fight for pucks. He's another guy that has been doing well with getting guys in the corners, fighting over pucks in the corners. He's an aggressive player. I like him.
Here's Simpson on a line here tonight.
Simpson. Oh, that's an odd one.
That's new, right?
That's very new, yeah.
With Diorio and Karimov, would that be someone who's standing in, if you will, for?
That'd probably be
Beamish?
somebody standing in for a Beamish with the line changes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to observe.
Yeah. Diorio and Karimov, I really like them on the line together. They complement each other well.
Yeah, and Karimov, because he likes to get.
He likes to play behind the net. Yeah,
right?
he likes to play a lot in behind the net, and he gets those snaps off. If Diorio can set himself up on the wing for those, get a shot off, and that's a really good play to kind of have there.
Hall Chamberlain and Manza there.
Yep.
I might have almost thought that Manza would have been on that line with instead of Simpson.
You never know, right? When you're dealing with your third and your fourth lines, you don't want to have one that's just completely just kind of rookies or guys that aren't really performing.
Yeah.
You kind of want to spread your talent, as it were. You have like your 1 and 2 line that are kind of your top performers, but then you can't just have. If you look at the Leafs, you can't just have one stellar line and then 3 or 4 mediocre ones, right?
Yeah. Fisher and Young, there's a great pair on the defense side.
They're always good, yeah.
Hurt and Barr.
Yep, decent.
Yeah, O'Brien and O'Mary.
Then your boy O'Mary,
Just something about
the
him
defense.
that I like.
The defense is the defense. We've been a little weak on the defense this year, I think. Could have been a lot better. There's a lot of missed positioning, especially in the last few games. That overtime goal was a bad one. A couple of the goals against the Sioux were just a bad out of positioning on the defense, bad back checks and that. But
I think I mentioned this last time we were here, but I want to brag a little bit. So if you take a look on your screen, you can see this poster. I'll give it full screen here for a second.
You're excited about that?
I am.
It's cool.
I paid $10 for it and drove out to Oil Springs.
Probably spent more in gas.
I did. And then I had to stop. It was lunchtime, so I had lunch.
Had to stop and get a lunch.
So that's a $100 poster right there.
Exactly.
But that's from the very first season, the 94-95 season.
Yeah.
Alan Letang is on that poster. Trevor Letowski's on there, and
a lot of Sting legends.
Yeah. Wow. Long before my time of being a part of the Sting, that's for sure. So I am excited about that.
Long before my time as well.
So you weren't even.
I was not even born.
Mom and Dad hadn't even thought about you yet. Maybe they were practicing. Okay. Abby Dewar, is that too much TMI? Was that like just a bad picture? Abby says, hello, happy family day. Yeah, happy family day. It's 3-0 for Canada right now.
Yeah.
That's amazing. They're making up. Why couldn't they do that the other day?
Yeah, right? I know. I caught the McDavid goal, his first goal there. I didn't see the other two, but.
Right. BJ said R-rated material. Yeah. Well, speaking of R-rated material, let's have a discussion. We sort of did the other day, booing at the game, and I've had this conversation with many people throughout the community. I just had one yesterday with a friend of mine, Jordan, who he owns homegrown cannabis downtown. Give him a plug. And he kind of thought it was okay. Like he gets, and I'm like, what does hockey have to do with the price of tea in China?
Exactly. It's a very complicated issue. I think.
The China.
It's hard to get, a clear like this is the way, this is right, this is wrong. It's okay or it's not okay. It's just a lot of people, a lot of emotions going around.
It's hockey.
Right? It's hockey. It is hockey. I don't disagree with your point of view, Dave.
Like it's not the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like if you go way back into World War, whatever, and the Germans, and they boycotted, and blah, blah, I get it, but there was a world war going on. This is right now between Canada and the United States. Canadians are pissed off because of the tariff thing. which hasn't been completely implemented yet, just
No.
on aluminum stuff. So I don't want to get too political because that's my point. Is should hockey become? We saw 3 fights in 9 seconds against Canada and the U.S. And I get it. It's entertainment for the fans. The fans like it. Blah blah blah. History was made. I get it. I just don't know that. Like, it's not like we're at war.
Yeah. Well, think of it this way, Dave. If you worked in an aluminum plant and you lost your job because your company had to do mass layoffs because they couldn't stay open, how are you going to feel, right?
Well, I'm not going to like it, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to go, well, instead of going, oh, that Trump and whatever, and sitting around and whining about it, I'd go, well, that sucks. I better find something else. I don't know. That's just me. What do you folks think out there? Let me know in the comments. Is booing okay at a hockey game? I say no. Matt says whatever.
Okay, it's all right. It's not. It's
As long
not
as
like,
I'm
oh,
not
this
going
is super
boo
great.
into your ear, right?
Please
Or I'm
don't.
not going, what comes after elbow? And we're not fighting, we're not starting our own hockey fights
Yeah.
out there. But I don't know. Prediction for tonight: will we hear some booing when the Saginaw, the American?
I think you'll
anthem is
probably
played
hear a
tonight?
couple. I don't think it's going to be a lot.
Yeah. Okay. I'm hoping that it just stays. Let's just play hockey.
Yep.
And here's another reason why. Saginaw and the Sarnia Sting have typically been fans of each other.
Yes. Yeah. The
There's
fans.
some Saginaw fans down here
Yep.
tonight. We typically
They're always
have a
great
bus
down
going
there.
down
We
there.
have a bus that goes down there. It's always great to go down to Saginaw.
Have you been down there?
Yeah, I went for the playoffs when
Yeah.
we were facing them in the playoffs. Great fans. Like, we were
Yeah.
there for,
Welcoming.
we swept them in the playoffs when we were
yeah,
there.
right.
And it was game 4. We were there. And afterwards, walking through the concourse, a lot of congratulations. Hey,
Yeah.
great game. Go beat London.
And then
Stuff like that,
after
right? And then
after that they
Afterwards,
came here.
they came and watched us playing here. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
great
cool.
to see. Great
So
fans.
Saginaw, we adore
Some of the
you.
best fans.
Yeah, for sure. Abby, look at it. Like, we're like 4,400.
Look at
All
that.
right. It's Family Day. I think New Year's Day, which was the last holiday we were here, we hit like 62,000 likes on Tiki-Taki. And we've had 56. So today being Family Day, can we hit 60,000? I'm going to be here. There's no post game today, so I'm going to be here all throughout the third period. I'm only normally here to the second period. And Matt will be coming back to join me in between periods because Connor's fired.
Yep.
And so Abby's out there doing it. Thank you so much, Abby. Everybody, Becca's doing it. And everybody else, hop in there. Get us to 60,000 by today. I would be overjoyed.
Overjoyed.
Overjoyed. Okay. Overjoyed? You never heard that word?
No, I've heard it.
Have you? Overjoyed.
Overjoyed.
I'm trying to expand my
There you go.
vocabulary. This is going to be a good game. I think the first period. I know we got to play 60 minutes of hockey. I
Yep.
get that saying, but I think the first period is really more than normal going to dictate what happens here.
I think
today.
so too. Especially against Saginaw. Saginaw
Yeah.
is historically a very aggressive team. They play a lot of speed. They're very aggressive. They hit. They like to kind of play a little outside the rules sometimes, but
What do you mean?
I won't expand on that further.
You won't expand
no,
on that?
no.
Okay.
I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But
It's going to be an
It's all
aggressive
hockey,
game,
yeah.
too, I think. It's kind of what he's saying
and
there.
it's going to be a hard-fought win, but I think they can pull it off if they go out and give their best effort.
Yeah.
Like Saginaw's got some stacked players, like Michael Misa having an absolutely phenomenal season. He's over 2 points a game right now.
The title Unstoppable
Yeah.
comes to mind there, really. He's really going to be the one key player on this team that the Sarnia Sting are going to have to get around and shield him from doing anything.
Yeah, but it's not even just Michael Misa. It's Perek, Mangoni or Mangon. I'm not sure how you pronounce that one,
Right.
but also having great seasons. Not good enough to get on World Juniors for Canada, but
Right. You can get your hockey cards. Oh, I forgot mine today.
Oh,
but
there you go.
You can go to sarniasting.com, get your hockey cards. And sometimes there's usually 4, and sometimes there's a bonus one in there. Again, go to the Honey Pot here,
Yeah.
or go to sarniasting.com. Have you gotten any of yours yet?
I have. My dad got a pack. I got a few from that, and I got the Oreo one. I'm not a big collectors kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm not Connor with his
that's a
jerseys.
Connor thing. Yeah. I know he's wanting them, but I got mine. They're really cute, and I'm holding on to them for a special reason. Who's going to the Memorial Cup this year? Adam?
I think we're pretty, as much as I hate it, I think London.
All right, good time to end that broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
They have an absolutely powerhouse team. It was a fluke they didn't win last year.
They're definitely looking for revenge from last year. They were sad last year.
Maybe fluke's the wrong word because I don't want to downplay what Saginaw did, but just it shouldn't have. Most people wouldn't have said it would have happened that way. Saginaw just they wanted to win at home, and London. They took their foot off the gas. They thought, oh, we already beat these guys in the regular season. They're here because they're the host team. And they paid the price for it.
Yeah, agreed. All right, well, that's going to be it for Matt Whitney and myself here on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to stay live over here on Tiki-Taki. So you over here, come over here. London took my goalie. I was too happy when London lost.
I think we all
look
were.
at 105. What 105? Oh, section 105. Okay, we're waving now. We're waving to section 105's over here.
Yeah, there's 3, 4, 5.
All right. Take a picture, send it to us. All right. Okay, well, that's going to be it. Shout out to our friend Connor Burke, who's prancing around the world in New York City.
Yep.
He should be back on Friday.
Yeah, I think he's on his way back now. So.
I don't know. Might keep you.
Yep.
Might trade him in for
a newer model.
For a hockey card. All right, that's going to be it. As always, everybody, thanks for watching. Click the like, love, and the share on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll be back at the end of the first period, hopefully with some positive updates. Coming to you live from the Hughes Intelligence Canada. You know what I mean. The suite here. I'm David Burrows, my friend Matt Whitney. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Go Sting, go!